It's funny, but wintertime is when you start to get the build-up of many of the pests that cause problems in springtime. So treating now is vitally important. Now, there are a couple of rules if you really want to get great results. And the very first thing is make sure you're spraying or treating your pests on a day like today. It's got to be a blue sky day. You don't want it to be overcast and cloudy. You definitely don't want any rain because that's only going to dilute the treatment's effectiveness in the garden. First up, snails and slugs. Now, they love beer more than Simon does, so a deep pool of beer or pot of beer left in the garden's irresistible. They can't help but taking a swim. But the trouble is they drink, they get drunk, and then they drown. And the population will come down to manageable levels if you put a few of these in and around the garden. Remember, never drink and swim, particularly if you're a snail or slug. Whitefly is a difficult pest to control at the best of times. It sits under the leaves of brassicas. That's your favourite veggies: cauliflower, broccoli, kale and cabbage. And getting control of the population early is critical. Now, you can use anything like old vegetable oil. Canola oil's great. Or if you've got some old rancid sort of olive oil, pop it in here. Use about 20 to 30, maybe even 40 mils. Mix it up with the water, shake it thoroughly, and then spray it under the leaves. Now, what it's doing is it's going to smother out all the larvae, all the little eggs that the whitefly is laying under here. And unless you do it like this, you won't get on top of it. And once you've done it, you're pretty much going to break the cycle almost immediately. It's very, very effective. And caterpillars can do a lot of damage now. Pyrethrum sprays are the way to go, but naturally occurring controls such as Success and Dipel will also take care of the majority of caterpillars. Just remember, whatever you're using, only spray on a dry day. Caterpillars need to ingest this stuff for it to work, and if it washes off, you'll have to apply again. Now, there are many things you can do in the garden to naturally reduce the prevalence of pests that ruin your veggies. There's things like companion planting, plants that are complementary to each other. Highly pungent plants like mizuna alongside leafy cabbage or even lettuce will reduce the amount of chewies that are going to those particular plants because they don't like the high intensity flavour of this. There's also things like lights. If you've got external lights on, don't leave them on at night. It brings the moths in from the distance and that'll leave caterpillars everywhere. And probably the other thing that's very important, you can see it in this planting, is don't go planting just big long rows of the same species. Monoculture can really attract pests from a long distance. So try and mix your plantings up and you'll end up with an outstanding result in the garden. And if you want to know any more natural pest controls, well, the best source of information, of course, is our website, thegardengurus.tv.